going to paint a volcano on this 18 by 24 inch canvas. I've coated the top half in thin layer of linseed oil and titanium white. And I've just sketched out, firstly in pencil and then in brown paint, just where this volcano is going to be. A little bit of water there, steam, smoke and all that lot. We're going to have a good time. So let's paint the sky in. So I'm going to get a bit of blue. So this is Prussian blue and phthalo blue and white and black, and we'll grab a touch of the red. Okay, we want a very chaotic looking sky, quite a dramatic one. So a purpley colour, I think, grey purpley colour, I think, up here. So using a number 8 filbert brush will give us a lot of variance in the sky rather than a big 2-inch brush. We're going to have smoke and steam and everything coming this way, I think. Okay, I have painted volcanoes before, but that was a long time ago. So we'll try and do a little bit more intricate this time. I like volcanoes. I like the natural, phenomena that goes around it. You know, if a volcano erupts, the whole country stands still, yeah, or the whole continent even. You know, this is based on a couple of photographs from Iceland as well. So just put in the sky like so, darken the corners off, mix it up. I may even throw a bit of brown up here as well, and then I'll just blend it all out just like so. I want some lighter down at the horizon as we normally do. Look at all the colours in this sky now that are all nice and blended together, and I've put a little bit of white just down here as well, give some indications and some big clouds way off in the distance. What I'm going to do is take a little bit of browns, blacks, and get some more white in that on this number 6 filbert brush, and I'm just going to put some distant hills just way out in the distance there. Okay, might need to pale that off a little bit more, just like so. Just concentrate on the top edge really. Again, with hills that are so far away, you're going to get fuzzy top edges and you're going to get hardly any definition of color, just big blocks of color really. So we'll just put these in like so, and if we pick up a little bit of that sky color, that's great. That's absolutely fantastic. Okay, with a bit of the same color but just a little bit darker now, we can put another hill or so in the foreground, well, the midground really, just there, like that. Again, just work on lumps of colour rather than trying to put any crazy amount of detail in this. I think we'll have something flowing off at the back there, so we'll blend some of this out. Okay, so again, just lumps of colour, maybe even grab a bit of pure black and just put some of that in every now and again. I think these could be like volcanoes way off in the distance as well. Sure, all the fabric is covered, no little white pit holes or grain is left. Take a bit of cad orange and bit of bright red just mixed, and we're going to have a little bit of something here, the volcanic eruption, but I'm just going to lay out basically where something needs to be, because I want to put the sides of the mountain in, or the volcano in as well, and obviously a lot of smoke and steam and stuff, so we'll just put something there, and this is going straight up. So just where's this going? Just there. Just push up on the edge of the fan brush, just like that. Flip the brush around and get the other side going. There, just so I can work on the side of the mountain without distorting too much paint down here. That makes sense. It's some will. Okay, and this is going to go off down there and down here somewhere. We'll come to that later. Okay, so let's work on the side of the hill. Okay, so what I've got is a very dark color very dark, not black, because I want to remain. It's more of a blue and red and black mixed, not pure black. Not pure black just yet. And then we can work down there. See, most of this may be in silhouette because of the brightness of the fire that's coming out of the mountainside. Mountain's on fire, yeah. Right, let's start working on a big cloud or big plume up here. And I've taken a little bit of white, tiniest touch of crimson, and a little bit of ochre as well. Got to be careful. The yellow ochre doesn't make any kind of green up here. Green cloud would be kind of catastrophic. Or put your teeth in, Dan. Okay, so just want a bit of white up here. Okay, just some. We're going to have it going that way. So I'm just going to work on this. May have to wipe the brush if it starts picking up some of that blue. Got to be very delicate. So that's why I put the red in the mix, just to kind of try and neutralize that and make it. If it does mix, it may make a grey color rather than a green sort of color. So I'll just go off the canvas there. Okay, and we'll come background. Maybe the wind's blowing quite strong over in this direction, so we'll take this that way. I know there's going to be a lot of dirty sort of colors in the smoke at some point, but we'll just get this yellow, very pale yellow, in place, and a little bit of burnt umber, burnt sienna, and white mixed. Just corner of the fan brush, and I'm just gonna just flick in some of this kind of color. It's almost like a pale peachy color. We're basically making a big kind of cloud up here. Okay, wipe off any excess. Now I'm going to go into a kind of a grey color made with blue, brown, and plenty of white. Just a grey color, same brush, and we'll just add that in here and there. We can turn this and churn it with a bigger brush as well, and then add some. I'm going to add some even darker colors. Mix them together if you need to on the canvas. That's it. Just work it out until we get the desired effect we're after. Okay, pick up a bit more blue and black, and we can add some dark shadowy colors under this. Just touch the top edge of the fan brush and then just pull, like we're doing little U's like that. Pretty cool, yeah. Just get in there. Bit more paint, don't run out of paint. Put a bit of colour in here as well. Clean, soft, dry brush, and I'm just going to blend these two colours together, four main colours together. Just give it a blend, lift up, tease together, and then we may have to come back in here and pick out some highlights and some more shadows, just like we would do with a big old cloud. So just blend nice and gently, Of course, I don't want every colour to mush together. That would be catastrophic. So with a mixture of yellows and reds on the fan brush, I'm just going to touch up here and just push some little explosions of fire and stone, and mainly in the fog, well, in this area here, but we'll have a couple at the back as well, not many. Straight off the fan brush, just push up. You see the variance of colour that's there as well. Look at that. You wouldn't like to be standing close to that. Well, actually, people do stand close to this. I think we might actually paint some in. There we go, like that. So with some of this brown and white and a bit of black and making a nice grey colour. Basically, all I'm going to do is just carve out some. This is all dark and it's still obviously wet. Just carving out some little details on the side of this volcano. I don't really want too much because I like the contrast between the dark and the bright reds and yellows and oranges, but I just want some details on here. Remember, the sun's coming this way, so this is the highlight side of the cliff, the mountain, whatever it's called, volcano. That's it. So just carving some. That might be hard to see from where you're sat, but I can see it right on top of the canvas here. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Just where previous eruptions have flowed down the side of the cliff, side of the mountain side, volcano side. So I'm just gently putting in a little light dusting of steam just here, just coming off the water where the volcano's hitting. The lava flow is hitting the water, so just a little bit that's just rising up into the atmosphere and diffusing there. There we go. Pull a little bit of that down and just gently across, just like so. Okay, let's work as attention on this area. So this has all just been blocked in with a bit of dark colour, browns, blacks, and a bit of crimson just to warm it up a little bit. What his plan is because red is what we see really close to us. If we have this mountain quite far away, we're not gonna, and we get all these reds in there, it's gonna kind of mess about with the composition a little bit. So that's why the mountain is where it is. Okay, the volcano. All right. So anyway, let's start work on. Let's find a brush. Okay, and let's mix a little bit of color. And so I'm going to take some white. Just use some of this color that we've got there. So we're going to pick out some stones, maybe a little bit more of the ochre in that. So that's white, ochre, and some of the dirty browny colors that we've got going. And I'm just gonna I want a tree in here, but I'm just going to paint some of this stonework in as well. Just lightly go over the canvas. Just pick out some large areas of stonework. Again, too far away to see any detail. We're going to put some people on here as well, some little tiny people, just to get a little bit of a feel for the thing. But again, just pick out just some highlights. And again, we'll put some shadows in. I want it a little bit more vivid than the volcano because it's closer to us. Okay, just some stony shapes. Just anywhere and everywhere where these stones want to be. But just generally this kind of colour. Like that. And keep going, and we'll change the flavour of the paint as well as we go. Work it in. There we go. Look at that. Coming on nicely. The rock work just basically put down here. I'm just going to pop a tree in here. So all I'm doing is putting a little bit of greenery on. This is just yellow ochre and sap green, just mixed in about equal quantities. Oh, maybe more to the green side actually. And just to give it a little bit of scale. Put something there as well. Don't want a massive tree. Okay, I think it looked daft with a big old tree there, so I don't want a massive one. Just enough to so we can tell that there's some scale there. Okay, then with a bit of brown, and with a bit of brown, I might need to peel that off a little bit, and we'll just come down there like so. Just bring it into where it's going to live, about there, like that. Then we can. This is just on this dagger brush, and then come back in with a finger there, a little bit of a lighter color, just there. Just all the way down the trunk like that, and then just tease it into the colour that we put down. Get progressively lighter. The colour that we put down, but there we go, like that. Wipe off the excess and get a bit of blue. A touch of the blue, just let me find a spot to put my thumb. And on the shadow side, we'll add a bit of blue. Again, merge those together. Like that. Just going to put some dark colour. I just grabbed a little bit of black and blue on this brush, and I'm just going to put some dark colour down there and a bit on this side as well, just for shadow. Like that. And we'll hit the highlight side with a bit of yellow. So wipe off the excess. Have a bit of yellow. Lots of paint here. Some highlights on there like that. At the top, maybe there's a bit there. And same down here. Like that. Okay, let's paint a few little people in. Just watching this view. So, a bit of red paint. And all I'm going to do, paint like a little triangle. Little carrot, as an artist used to say to us, a little triangle, little carrot. In fact, change the colour, and these reds work quite well in the foreground. So I'll put another carrot there. And then all we need to do is put a little hat on them. So we'll put a little hat there, maybe like that. And this one can have another cap there, like that. Yeah. And then just populate this area if you want lots of different ones. Of course, I need to change this a little bit because it will look like flames just coming out. So I'll need to work on that. So let's add a little bit of darkness to it. So grab a bit of brown and crimson. Some trousers down there, yeah. Same here. Like so. Maybe grab a bit of blue. A bit of purple. And we'll pop another one there. Maybe sit on the floor, maybe. And a couple more. Like that. And that's it. That's all we need to do for little people. A bit of blue for shadow. And that's all we kind of need to do for people. I'm just going to add, well, I've got a little bit of thin oil and the reds mixed. And just taking the palette knife, I'm just going to spray on a touch of this red stuff, this splattering out lava up into the sky. And I'm going to change the flavor as I'm doing this. Put a bit of black in there and browns and stuff all over, just up there like that, as it's spewing out like so. A little signature just down here in the corner, because I think we're about finished. Well, wow, that certainly is an explosive painting. If you've enjoyed this one, give it a big old thumbs up. It does help us out. If you do this one as well, if you do something like this, tag me in a picture. I'd love to see your creations or your take on this. The links to my socials are down in the description if you want to get in contact with me. Don't forget, we've got channel memberships now, so if you want to become a member of this channel and one day you may win something like this from me, click the join button. It does help us out. It means I can do more things like this. Leave me a nice big comment and subscribe if you've not done so already. But until next time, you guys take care of yourself. Stay safe. Happy days.